Hey guys, how are we doing today? Alright, today we're doing a power scrap. What I call a power scrap is where I don't put too much thought into it. I don't overthink everything. What I do is I select a paper pad, or I select some papers, some stickers, some something, and I make decisions quickly. So basically what I did is I pulled out the 6x8 paper pad. It's Jen Hadfield's Peaceful Heart, and the stickers from the same collection. And that's it. I did that, and I pulled out a 12x12 white cardstock, just a flat white, and I pulled out a distress ink, and I used Walnut Stain on this one. And as you can see, it's as simple as that. And I've had a few comments that a lot of my pages are quite complicated. They can seem to be, they appear to be complicated. Some of them are, I put a lot more time and effort into methodical patterns. I guess that's something that I do a fair bit. But I also like to match things. I'm a very matchy person when it comes to scrapping. Now, the reason I've decided to do power hours or power scraps, I should say. Power scraps for me are me just letting loose. And it's essentially what we do as scrapbookers when we go, I am sick of life. I'm just going to go and find my albums, find all my crafty stuff, and I'm just going to get in the paper and the stickers and all that and just forget about life. That to me is what a power scrap does for me. I used to, obviously before YouTube, I would scrap just for myself. So if it took me 2 or 3 days to, which it never did, but if it took me 2 or 3 days to complete a page, it didn't matter, because there was no editing, there was no, I wasn't getting any feedback from anybody, because it was just me in my little space. So I thought, you know what, as much as I video, pretty much everything I do now, I video, because I want to build my little community. I want people to take ideas from me as I take them from other people and I learn from them. That's what I want my page to be, my channel to be. I want to give more than I receive, is basically the theory behind Create with Karen. I want you to create with me. I want you to find, when you watch my videos, some people watch my videos because I'm a crazy Aussie and they like my weird accent. I don't even think I have an accent, but you know, I guess that's something. You know, people watch for that. Other people watch because they enjoy the way I scrap. I scrap a little differently to other people. I'm a less is more sort of scrapper, which is quite funny looking at this page, because it looks like I've put heaps on there, but it all I love the look of this page at the end. It looks really good. And basically what I do for a power scrap is I make sure that it's either a nah yeah or a yeah nah. And that's what I do. That's my Aussie way of doing it. And if it's a yeah nah, it's ditched straight away. If it's a nah yeah, I'll leave that on there. So that's what I do. And that's the way I do a lot of things with my scrapbooking. And I think it makes it easier for me when I do that. This particular photo that I'm scrapping is of my youngest daughter, and she's very cuddly. She's very much, she's a very emotional child. She feels a lot. Um, so I just realized at that point, I'm moving all this stuff, and because it's a power scrap, I'm supposed to be just sticking and plonking and whatever. I really should have taken a photo of it because I really had no clue what I'd actually put where. So I did take a sort of a sneaky photo and thought, oh yeah, I can work with that. Um, Power scrap to me is simplifying things so we can we can chit chat. You can do a power scrap while you're chatting to a friend. You can that's what it is to me. So if you like the series, let me know, and I'll keep them coming. I will do my usual scrapbooking. Don't you worry about that. Where I go right in depth with either cut files or the patterns that I do, or different papers, different all that sort of stuff. I still do all of that, but I just wanted to do something that you guys could watch and easily, like this particular power scrap, you could use any 6x6 or 6x8 paper pad. You could use your scraps for this. You could, and it's so simple. I wasn't following a sketch or anything. It, I just, I just sort of went with it. I wasn't. I pull out my T-square ruler a couple of times just to make sure. So there, because I cut that piece that's behind the green piece, because I cut that to extend it, so I got a bit more use out of that one particular piece of paper. Um, I used my T-square ruler just to make sure it looked like it was in line, so it looked like it was a full piece. And I did that. That's what I was going to say. What's everyone's week been like? Mine has been freezing cold. Queensland, mate, we're sunny Queensland. We don't get freezing cold weather. But man, we have had, what do they call it? A polar blast. Well, the polar blast can go back down to the South Pole because holy moly, it's cold and windy. And apparently yesterday we had an earthquake. Didn't feel it, heard something. I thought I heard thunder, which was really bizarre because there was no storm clouds. And then I just dismissed it as, oh, well, it's not thunder. Obviously, someone's hit something, or, you know, didn't really think anything of it. But thankfully, there has been no reports of any damage anywhere or any people being damaged, which is fantastic. I have a little scrappy get together on Friday, planned for Friday. I'm so excited about that. That's just a get together with some ladies and that I've recently met, and they're lovely ladies. And it's great to be able to get out and about and scrap and with like-minded people, have a bit of a chit chat, have some lunch, all that sort of stuff. What else am I doing? This weekend, my youngest daughter has a competition, gymnastics competition. So we are busy planning for that. And unfortunately, she's really, really late. Like she's in the evening on Sunday. So she sort of has to just get through the whole weekend and not burn herself out by not being able to sleep. I'll just show you here. Yes, I am putting decorative paper, and I flipped it over and I used it to back that photo. Do you want to know why? Because it's got koi fish on it. I will never use, never will I ever use a piece of paper with a koi fish on it. Like it just, even, I actually sat, and I did give this a half a second of thought, even though it was a power scrap. I even thought to myself, oh, I could cut it up. You know how I do my busy pages, when I'm using the journaling cards or something like that, and I cut it up. Nah. It was a yeah nah, and I just flipped it over, used it as white sheet, I used the back and then just inked around the edges. Now you can see here I switched over to my finger dobber because I'm lining up all these stickers. Now what I've actually done, and you'll see this in the photos if you look really closely. So oh, excuse me. I need a drink, sorry. Wow. I've done a lot of talking today. Okay, so what I'm actually doing is these stickers are they're in the sticker pack, but there is a journaling card that has the same words all lined up, exactly the same. So I'm duplicating it. So it's in color and it's also in silver. So it actually looks really good. I've never done that before. I've double stamped before, like when you put your date stamp down and you do like your second and third generation stamps. I've done that before, but I thought this might be something different. And yes, I've used a lot of stickers, but you know what? I have, and I've said this before, my new theory is, especially during a power scrap, if it's there and it's on the table, get it on a layout. Even the only way I draw a line is, for example, this is purely hypothetical. If I had a heap of stickers and they had motorbikes and canoes and all that sort of stuff, and I was doing an outdoor layout, but the outdoor layout lent itself towards the beach or I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that I would do. If we all went to a park in the city, something like that, I would never use those motorbike stickers or those canoe stickers just for the sake of putting them on a layout. I see some people doing that, and whilst it's great for them and it works for them, my brain just can't do that. I need the stickers to make sense. So in this photo, my daughter had jumped up on a rock at my mum and dad's place, and we were standing underneath an arbor, and there's a tree in the background, and I just snapped a photo over my shoulder, and we were just there. I don't even know what we were doing. I think we'd been for an afternoon tea or something like that over with mum and dad, and we were out in the garden, and it was just a nice day, and my little snuggle bug came up and gave me a cuddle, and I had my phone in my hand, so I took the photo. So to me, the nature, the flowers, the earthy tones, all that gels and makes sense with the photo. I mean, of course, this photo, I could have gone with bright colours. I could have done that quite easily because I'm wearing black as per usual. But I wanted to stick to the earthy tones, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. So let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you like this power scrap side of things where I just hook in and just get it done and make the decision and don't second guess everything and whatnot. And now I will show you, I do go around the edges because it looked very, very white. I sort of dirtied the corners a little bit more, just with some leftover walnut stain that was on that brush, so it wasn't a lot. But here's the close-up, guys. So if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I would also love it if you leave me a comment, let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you have a safe one, and as the sign there says, stay positive. Positive, positive, positive. That's what we've got to be, people. Happy days. Alrighty, so there we go. Thanks very much, guys. Chat to you later. Bye.